Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Day 2 of the Trump administration, and it does seem like people are buying the news. They're not selling it. The indices were all in the green today. The S&P actually notched a fresh record today, up 37 points. The Dow Jones was up 130, and NASDAQ was up 1.3%. The Russell did pull back after a very strong showing yesterday. The dollar did gain strength, and the US 10-year Treasury yield also gained strength, although it is far removed from the highs that it notched earlier this year. So whereas the high was closer to 4.8, we are now at 4.6, which is good for risk assets. Tesla closed today at 4:15. We are awaiting the Tesla earnings call next week. So there should be a lot of volatility in this stock from here until then and afterwards as well. Bitdeer was down 5% today on no new news. It did announce that it appointed a new CTO in order to turbocharge their development and their technological initiatives, which is also something that I like to see in the stocks that I'm investing in. I like to see aggressiveness in research and development and new projects. Iris Energy did get that bump that I talked about yesterday, so it's up 8% after pulling back substantially yesterday. Gold is at 27.5. Had a great start of year, gold did. And this just goes to show that the rally we're in is really an everything rally. You have risk on assets going up, risk off assets going up. Bitcoin is at 103,000, close to 104,000. Dogecoin is at 35 cents, and Solana is at 264. Solana really benefited from the meme coin mania that really encompassed the crypto market after the official Trump coin release in the lead up to the inauguration. And you had a lot of other coins being released because, hey, if it worked once, why not try it again? I stay away from those things. I think they're clear, pump and dump schemes, and I would highly advise others to stay away. Although, as always, this is not financial advice. So a summary of, why the markets are reacting in the way that they are, even though, we had slightly stronger dollars, slightly higher yields today, but still the major indices ended in the green. So the combination of a resilient economy, easing inflation, stabilization in interest rates, and earnings season off to a strong start, and less day one focus on tariffs by President Trump has provided a solid backdrop for the market. So that's a good succinct summary of basically macro and how it's impacting markets. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, 11 states now are leading the charge for establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve for themselves. And they're basically front running the federal government. So the more the federal government, waits, the higher the Bitcoin prices will be for them, and it will, have a less advantageous position when it tries to establish its own strategic Bitcoin reserve. And the same calculus is going to happen not just between the states and the federal government, but between different sovereign states in terms of establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And all of this means higher prices for Bitcoin. Now, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, on the topic of the strategic Bitcoin reserve, did mention that President Trump seemed very excited about it. So that's always good to hear. In terms of Tesla, it did report something that I think is extremely significant today. Or Tesla didn't report it, but news came out that Tesla told suppliers that they plan to produce 600 Optimus robots per week by the end of this year. Now, this may just be Tesla making sure that suppliers are, ready in case they reach that milestone. Obviously, Elon Musk has a very checkered past with regards to timelines, but if they manage to pull off something like 600 robots per week by the end of this year, this is a significant milestone for the company. A lot of analysts are going to start to bake the Optimus business into their price targets for this company. And it's going to cause, I think, a lot of appreciation in this stock's price. So that is something very bullish for the company. Now, if you look at analysts right now and what they're doing with their price targets for Tesla, it does seem like the revisions keep coming in more and more positive. Wedbush analysts, Dan Ives, increased their Tesla price target to 550 from previous 515. I personally think we'll see 700s in this year, in this calendar year, and the probability for that is obviously higher if they can reach that Optimus robot milestone. Although Elon Musk does seem to have his hands full with the Department of Government Efficiency. Vivek Ramaswamy has left, so it's him at the helm, and reforming a government the size of the United States and reining in spending is not a small task. But if anyone's up to the job, it's probably Elon Musk. Now, on the topic of crypto and this new administration, a lot of firms have thought it worthwhile to apply for a wide range of different ETFs. So you have, right now, this is a list of ETFs that are currently waiting for SEC decisions. You have in these ETFs assets ranging from BTC, and so Bitcoin and Ethereum, to Solana, XRP, Litecoin, HBAR, all the way to Bonk and Doge. So everybody gets an ETF. You get an ETF. You get an ETF. Everybody gets an ETF. But these haven't been approved yet. Obviously, they will be bullish for the underlying assets when these ETFs are approved. I think Doge is, a great candidate for a successful ETF. So we'll see about that. Now, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, did mention that the Solana issues that many people were experiencing, especially over the weekend, appear to be not Solana network related, but rather Coinbase related. So Coinbase couldn't handle all of the requests that were coming in for transferring Solana. And a lot of people weren't sure if it was the Solana network or not. It turns out that Coinbase is just not able to keep up with the capacity that the Solana network makes available. So he mentions that we have the Solana backlog triage. Transactions should generate quickly now. If your transaction got canceled, you can retry it now. Apologies for the trouble. We did, buy a micro cap over the weekend, and it required people to send Solana to their Solana wallets. And a lot of members on Discord were saying, oh, hey, it's taking a long time for Solana to actually reach my wallet. Well, if you were sending it from Coinbase, this may have been the culprit. But it looks like it's fixed now. So that is good news. And going to questions. Assalamu alaikum to all. I did write something on my blog today about the Trump meme coin. So I don't have any problem in principle with meme coins. The issue I have is with pump and dump schemes, and it does seem like the Trump coin is a pump and dump scheme. You have 80% with one holder. You have very little transparency with regards to who is behind it. And, it's launched in the lead up to the inauguration. It has all of the markings of a pump and dump scheme. So, Rasul ﷺ says, La darar wa la dirar. So you don't want to harm yourself or cause harm to others. And participating in this, even if you manage to escape unscathed or even with a profit, you're setting other people up for basically to be exit liquidity for insiders. So I'm not comfortable with the Trump coin or other coins like it. Now you may argue, well, hey, all of crypto is like that. Well, to the extent that you think that any crypto, any project is a pump and dump scheme, then it is haram for you to invest in it. Hannibal says, Assalamu alaikum, do you think the position of Dogecoin as the most famous meme coin will persist in the future with all these useless meme coins? Well, I do think that Dogecoin has something very unique about it, which is that it is proof of work, like Bitcoin. And so that is something that you're not seeing replicated at all. These are just, pump.fun coins that don't cost anything to launch. So I think that makes Dogecoin unique. Thanks, Shamsuddin. Appreciate it. Salam Rashad. Nice to see you. Yes, I am looking into new stocks all the time. By the way, Interactive Brokers stinks. It is the worst brokerage I've ever dealt with. I was setting up to buy a stock and share it with PIF. I couldn't do it, and so I reached out to their support. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that soon. Squared Circle, Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I do think that there will be upgrades to Dogecoin, or at least add-ons that make it more that enhance its capacity. I don't look at cup and handles. I don't think that's really a smart way to invest. Well, you can look at to figure out. You can't really know if something is pump and dump ahead of time, but there are typically a lot of signs. Like I said, very concentrated holdings, etc. There's a lot of demos on how to buy cryptocurrencies using your crypto wallet. I'm not going to make the 1001 video on doing that. I suggest just searching for a video on buying crypto in a crypto wallet. Or asking ChatGPT. It'll walk you step by step. Says salam. Yeah, I think that obviously strategic Bitcoin reserve will be a catalyst for Bitcoin. Nice. Wa alaikum salam, Emma. Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure. And I'm glad you were able to join. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the review. The membership and guidance have paid for itself many folds. That's really nice of you to share. Hamid, thanks for everything. It's my pleasure, brother. Salim says, do you think Solana still has more to run up? I would say it's probably a good idea to be, planning your exit from something like Solana. I don't really get the, $1,000 price targets. I think it's probably a good idea to plan your exit. Maybe if we find another microcap that, we get excited about, I may exit Solana in favor of that microcap. Leave your suggestions in the members pick in our Discord because, we're up, I don't know, 40-50% on what we bought on Saturday. I don't know how many months it's going to take for Solana to go up 40-50%. So might as well, maximize the returns we get in the times that we are. Where do you see strong support for Tesla? Well, I think that if you have a long-term outlook on your investment, you're still early on Tesla. So I would dollar cost average if you haven't built a full position yet. I miss the days when these lives were early. Are you saying this live, like, you enjoy it because it's earlier than how I've been doing it, or earlier still than today? Yeah, I talked about Tempest AI yesterday, and Pelosi invested in it. All of a sudden, it's up 35%, 40% since she invested. So like, she's the Warren Buffett of our times. Actually, Warren Buffett is the Warren Buffett of our times, but she's like the female version of Warren Buffett. Trump recent press conference seems like he is focused on how AI can help in healthcare industry. Yeah, I mean, AI can help everywhere. Father says thumbs up. Yeah, and if you have a problem, Father, finding a video that helps you or walks you through that, just nudge me on Discord. We'll help you out, inshallah. Or just ask the community; they'll help you out. Everyone's very, very helpful. And your review is very helpful. I did talk about the Trump meme coin, and I'm not comfortable with it. I don't sell credit spreads. Thank you all for coming. Do leave a like if you enjoyed this earlier timing for this live, or if you preferred the other timing, then just leave a comment. Become a PIF member if you aren't already. Until next time, make sure to take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum, and peace be upon you all.